Oh, hello there. Your day's about to improve.
Boo.
You're watching Laketoria Nights, a show where we talk about movies, TV shows, video games, and everything in between. I'm Kevin, joined by Andy and CJ, and today we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. Say hello, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
What are you trying to do? What are you
That
doing?
was like some Midnight Thunder, like smooth jazz radio station voice.
No, I'm just coming off of a sore throat a little bit, but
All
right.
that cheering at the Dragon Ball Z movie.
go, Cheetah.
I never thought that
First
I'd be
off,
saying this.
preface this with spoilers. This
Okay,
whole
fine.
episode is
Before
going
I
to be
jump into it,
big
yes.
spoilers.
So many spoilers. Oh god. Okay, yeah, we're not holding anything back. So yeah, this was Brawly done right. I never thought I'd be saying this, but I like Brawly as a character now, and I kind of can't wait to see him in the series. I want to see what he does in the
imagine
series.
that. Akira Toriyama writes a freaking Brawly movie instead of having whoever forced GT on our hands, and it's good. Is anybody surprised?
I guess not. I don't know. So
We finally get Brawly written by the actual creator of the series, and it's a good movie. And he's a way better character.
Well, I like what they did with the movie, how they kind of combined the Bardock movie and the Brawly movie together.
Yeah.
So as I'm jumping into this, I'm just gonna ask, is this a good movie overall? Not a Dragon Ball movie, but a movie in general. Would you consider this a good movie? I'll start with you, CJ.
That's a tough one. And I say that because you said good movie overall. I think you kind of have to rate it as a Dragon Ball movie because it's canon with the TV show, and if you don't watch the TV show, it's not like you can just walk into this movie and enjoy it.
I think you could walk into this movie and enjoy
There'd be
it.
way more questions than answers if you just walked into the movie to see this movie. Like if you
Really?
Yeah, if I took someone who never watched Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball Z to this movie, they'd have no idea what was going on and why certain things were important in this movie.
Well, they explain most of that stuff in the first 25 minutes about who the Saiyans are. All right, these are the Saiyans. This is what's going on. And then when you see Goku and Vegeta fighting, it's like, oh, these guys like to fight. Oh, we just came back from this, and now there's a guy out here who's pissed off. So I don't understand where that would be.
No. Yeah, you can explain it off as Dragon Ball Super for dummies for someone who's watching it for the first time, but they wouldn't enjoy it the way we did. You know what I mean?
So you're saying overall this wouldn't be a good movie. You wouldn't be able to follow this or enjoy this movie unless you watched some Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super going into this.
Yeah.
I think your enjoyment of it would be diminished. It doesn't really take away from the fact that it's an animated action movie.
Like
but
visually and everything, it was good. I just feel like if I'd never seen Dragon Ball before this, I don't think I would be moved one way or the other by seeing this movie. I'd kind of just be like, eh.
you're like, well, those are some cool animated explosions, all right.
Yeah. And I'd have a lot of questions like, who's that guy? Why is Frieza so pissed off at this person? You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that if you see the series, you just know about it. Like, you know, in the movie, so when things happen, you can follow along easy. If you don't know anything about it, you're going to have a lot of questions like, why are certain things so important? Why do they have tails? And like there's just, I don't know.
And that was
I don't
explained
feel
in the movie. They explained why they had tails in the movie.
When
When they first got there, all Saiyans have tails. That's a thing.
That's not why they have tails.
And when Frieza saw Broly and was like, "Where's his tail?" He said, "Yeah, I had to remove it because he became too much of a problem, so I just got rid of the tail." So you could just
no, because you're explaining it like someone who has seen Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and everything else. If someone has never seen it, they're going to ask why they have a tail, and saying just because they're Saiyans is not a good answer.
But they reference what the tail does, though.
What it does and why you have it are two different questions.
Is it?
Yes. The question of why something is and what something does are two different things. Just like
I feel like I want to get a layman. I want to get someone who's never seen or heard of Dragon Ball.
they'll say, what are Saiyans? They'll say, you know, why does this Frieza here look significantly different than this Frieza over here? What do you mean Frieza has different forms? What the hell did I miss? Who's that green guy? Why is he talking to Goku telepathically? What's a sensu?
Because I think because there were so many callbacks to the events of Dragon Ball Super and stuff like that, you really can't watch this movie and enjoy it without it. Like, there's the bit where Frieza's like, yeah, when I was trapped in Earth's hell, if someone has never seen any of this shit, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on?
Exactly, and I feel like they wouldn't enjoy it as much if they went into it like with a clean. If I took my wife to come see this movie, she would not enjoy it. The girl sitting next to the
Your
guy.
wife does not like action movies, period. She's a terrible example of
That
this.
is not true, because she loves the MCU.
She's also extremely violent, so...
Yes, I have the bruises and scars to prove it.
So what I'm getting at is that this movie overall would not be enjoyable unless you know something or follow anything about Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball Z.
It will definitely help.
Yeah, you may find a couple people that may enjoy it, but I think overall, I don't think it can be enjoyable unless you have some background of what you're watching. And I don't mean you have to be like an avid fan who's seen every episode, but I think you have to have some base Dragon Ball knowledge to follow this movie.
I mean, look, let's be real. There's a reason why this was only showing for one day or whatever in like a bunch of different places.
Yeah, the movie here is still showing. It's going to be showing till the 26th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I think it was like a 2-day thing out here.
They're showing, they got some releases for this weekend, but like everywhere, you get one time slot a day to watch Dragon Ball Super, like while it's out here. Like I followed it up until, I think Monday, and every day there's a couple of theaters that are showing like one showing at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that.
It's like they know their target audience doesn't have jobs.
All right, well, moving on. Broly, do you think he was a good villain or a villain at all? I mean, the character in general. How did he come off to you?
I don't think he was a villain at all, but he was a great character.
I mean, I would disagree. I feel like you have to categorize him as the villain, even though he didn't have villainous intentions. He was certainly the antagonist of the story.
I feel like if anyone is a villain, it would be Paragus and Frieza.
For sure.
And Broly was more of a tool. And Broly was a tool more than a villain.
I don't think Paragus was a villain. I think he was more along the lines of, I need to get revenge, and he was
I agree with you, but if you're going to categorize Broly as a villain, I'd put Paragus before I would put Broly.
I mean, let's dial backwards, I guess. Paragus taught his son to hate Vegeta, essentially.
Did he teach him to hate Vegeta, or did he just teach him to fight? It didn't seem like he really had. I don't think he had any like personal anything.
Well, so the second Broly saw Vegeta, Paragus was like, "That's him, Broly," or whatever he says. Because
he said just go kill Vegeta and get revenge, but it didn't seem like Broly cared until Paragus told him to go fight.
Right, but what I'm saying though is that means he at least taught Broly the concepts of revenge and who his enemies are, because he got real mad when his dad told him to go kill Vegeta. That wasn't just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go kill you. No, he did like the full-on DBZ 4-episode power scream. He went at him.
In all fairness, I think he got more mad when Vegeta bitch beat him.
He definitely
for like 10 minutes. And then I think Broly was more like, I don't even care about revenge anymore. You're not going to bitch slap me around like a child.
Well, I think what that was at that point is based on his upbringing, where he was living on a hell planet full of monsters. It was just like he's getting beaten and his survival instinct started kicking in, and that's when he was like, okay, yeah, let's get real serious.
Well, I guess overall, I guess I could say that Broly, being the villain or the indifferent character, or seeing his journey from being a tool to, all right, I'm free and now I have friends, but now I'm going back to the planet where I was at the end of the movie, where I'm kind of like, all right, you're definitely going to use him again. And
yeah, for sure.
Seeing
There's
that
definitely
ending,
going to be a Broly too.
Yeah, but seeing that whole thing made me kind of scared, because I know that this is now canon to the series, but now I'm thinking, when Dragon Ball Super starts up again, they're definitely going to make this like 12 episodes. And I'm going to be like...
I had that exact conversation where we guessed how many episodes it was going to take for them to recap this movie.
I give it 15 to 20 episodes. I'm telling you.
That just made me angry. But I am happy. The one thing I am happy about in this movie is that Gogeta did wipe the floor with Broly, because I was afraid that it was going to be like this. Oh, they're evenly matched, because I did complain about that before in previous talks about this movie, where I'm like, where did they get off doing this? Why is it such a big deal? But
that was my big fear, was that the power levels start to get kind of meaningless, because let's be real, Vegeta went SS Blue and Broly was beating the crap out of him. But then when Goku stepped in, he wasn't powered up at all, and he was holding kind of his own against Broly for a bit until he was forced to like power up. So it just makes you wonder like actual effective power of each transformation is. So I'm glad that they were just like, okay, SS Blue Gogeta just wipes the floor with him. There's no need for bringing Ultra Instinct into the debate. Nothing like that.
Right.
It was very cut and dry.
In all fairness, Vegeta didn't go SS Blue until after Goku struggled to go SS Blue and then got beat up by Broly.
Oh, that's right. He went.
Red. We had the conversation because they made such a big deal about Goku going SS Blue, and then Vegeta did it like it was nothing.
Yeah, well, that's right, because we were talking about how in the actual Super Series, it was weird that, like, to have that, I guess it was just a gratuitous power-up scene for Goku going SSJ Blue, when in the Super Series, they were just like, snap of a finger, they were going blue like that, constantly.
Yeah. But one thing I do like about that, even though Gogeta did wipe the floor with Broly, I did like how it wasn't instantly, I'm just going to kick your ass because I'm Gogeta. Broly did hold his own at times during that fight with Gogeta, which showed that Broly was kind of learning while fighting, like they emphasized earlier, but Gogeta was always still too much for him. Like, Broly can get up to here, and then Gogeta would raise more. Broly get a little bit higher, then Gogeta would raise even more. So it was never like Gogeta was ever going to lose the fight at any point, but it wasn't such a whooping that Gogeta just mopped the floor with him for a half hour. I did appreciate that part.
Yeah, I mean, it could also, we don't know how serious Gogeta actually got during that fight either, so it's hard to say whether he was just toying with him for most of it or not.
Mm-hmm. At least it wasn't just one of those, I'm Gogeta, bam, now you're dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They actually still continued the fight.
He just shows up, uses Kamehameha, and
then
the
leaves.
movie ends.
Yeah. I do like how before they changed, they had Broly chase them, ran him right into Frieza, and said good luck and disappeared.
Said he's your problem now.
See, I feel like Frieza would be the real villain of this, but I don't think he is. I feel like he's more of the troll of the series. He kind of knows exactly what's going on. He had this perfect plan out. He's like, cool, I'm going to make my wish on the Dragon Balls. I think it was a crazy turn of character for Frieza not to want immortality now, and it's more along the lines of, oh, I just want to be taller. Then it's like, well, why the hell are you there then? That's my.
I really want to know. I really want to know. Was that really his wish, or was he really just fucking with him?
I feel like it was. I feel like that was his real wish.
I don't know because it happened, so I'm just gonna fuck with him for now. Like, that was kind of like the atmosphere that he created. But then, like, thinking about it, like, you know what? I really wonder if he's as vain as
Well, the thing is like, he was talking to people that he had no reason to lie to.
Yeah, that's true, too. He's like, yeah.
They were his advisors, and they've been trusted advisors for, like, at least 40 years based on the timeline that movie set for us.
I really hate that his advisor's name is Barry Blue.
I forget what the other one's name was.
Me. Like, really? Barry Blue? Really? Yeah.
I mean, that's just the naming scheme, man.
Well, can I just say one thing, though? Frieza made Paragus' death probably one of the funniest deaths I've ever seen in any type of movie.
Oh no, what a tragedy.
I think that's kind of messed up how he played him like that. He's like, oh, I know how to do this. There you go, now he can go Super Saiyan.
And the worst part is, you see him have a thought of him killing Krillin, which made Goku go Super Saiyan. And it's like, oh, I remember killing that bald guy to make that monkey go Super Saiyan. Hey, Paragus. Zap. Oh my god, Broly, look. Oh my god, look at this awful fate that's become of your father. And then it backfired because he got a whooping afterwards.
All right. I'm ending this now.
Hey, how dare you make me try?
I'm ending this now.
Before you end it, just want to go on. It took 3 transformations for Gogeta to get it right, which means Frieza was pummeled for 90 minutes by Broly.
Nope. No, he was pummeled for an hour. because he
No,
got it
then
right on
we
the third
stepped
try.
in.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
still.
So, any final words before we go? That could have been your final word.
It could have been. I guess my final words, I'm giving it Super Saiyan God out of Ultra Instinct, aka 5 out of 7.
CJ?
So I finally get to use this reference. I'm giving it 7 Dragon Balls.
Oh my God, you used that before.
I'm using
Yeah.
it again.
All right, I guess I could give it a 6.5 out of 7.
Oh man, I feel like the naysayer now.
All right then. As
Still
always,
mad about the Brawly theme song, Kevin. This is my final word because it sounded like a bunch of weeaboos on a rugby team doing a haka. Okay, you can't make a song where all you say is go and a character's name.
well, that is kind of lazy, but yes. Okay. As always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you like what you've seen here, yeah, that's what we want from you. So this is CJ, Andy, and Kevin signing off. Watch more movies and play all the video games. Thank you.
You know, Brawl is real badass for wearing an ear as a belt.
There's a big ear, so what?